Bum 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 a clang lang lang a ding along ding dong blue.
Hold up the cars, stop the traffic, get out the barricades. It's time for Mickey B's Jukebox Revue.
You're with Mickey B, and you're on the Jukebox Revue. Another Tuesday night right here on Madhousetv.com with the Prince of Rock and Roll and historian Paulie Arante. Paul, always a pleasure to see you.
Yes, Mickey.
But I'll tell you, it's been rough out there. You see all that snow coming?
I can't believe how much snow is outside.
Terrible
Let me tell you, people, you
snowstorms.
be careful out there.
Yeah, it looks like the moon.
It does. It's mounds of
It's
snow.
like moonwalking, you know what I mean?
And
But,
Mickey, it's supposed to snow again Thursday and then again Saturday.
Oh, that's
And
terrible.
I got a show on Saturday up in Tarrytown, you know. So
Yeah, Joe Marione's doing a show up there. Great show he's got. Who's on that show?
it's got the Flamingos, the Skyliners, the Del Satins, my Supergirls group,
Classics
the
in it?
Classics, and the original lead singer of the Paradons, Chuck Weldon, Diamonds and Pearls.
It's a great group, great group. Any love in those songs?
Sure. The Skyliners records, This I Swear
Yeah.
Says I Don't Have You. The Flamingos, Lovers Never Say Goodbye, I Only Have Eyes for You.
Do you know what? I'll tell you something. When I hear about this love, you know, love is a crazy word because Valentine's Day
Right, of
is
course.
just around the corner, right? But what does love mean to you, Paulie? What does it mean?
Well, first of all, it means two things. It means chocolate and it means Cupid.
Yeah, well, you know, chocolate means to me too.
Yes.
A 44-inch waistline,
I know.
247 pounds of love. That's what I am. You know that. But there were so many songs that either had love in the title or love in the song.
Right.
And there were a lot of love songs that never even mentioned love in a song.
It's so true. You know, that
You know,
happens
it's
a lot
like
of
in
times.
the chapel of dreams.
Right.
I don't even know if love is even
It's
mentioned
not.
there. Right? Or could this be magic?
No,
Is
it's
there
not
any love?
mentioned.
No. But yet there's love in the song.
The theme
Today-
of the song is love.
Yeah. But today we're going to feature some of the songs that have love probably in the title.
Yes.
Maybe in the song itself.
Yes.
One of the songs I happen to love was by one of the Platters. He sung it, Sonny Turner.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Sonny Turner, because he had 1,000. What was it? About 1,000
I
rings?
love you 1,000
1,000 times. Yeah.
Yes, I love you 1,000 times.
Can you imagine how many times that is?
That's a lot of times.
That's a lot of
And
kisses. boy, I'll
Because,
tell you
now,
that.
let me explain to you. In 1960, Tony Williams left the Platters.
Right.
And they had to get a replacement. So they went
Uh-huh.
through 19 people audition, and they picked Sonny Turner. A couple of years, the Platters didn't have any hits. Things were low. They were trying to develop a new sound for them. In 1966, the soul sound was coming into play. So the Platters, well, of course, they're working with Buck Ram,
Right.
and he developed a new sound for them. So they had 3 hits, starting with I Love You 1,000 Times, With This Ring, and Watch the Shore on a Lonely Island in the Sea.
Yeah, so those are great songs.
Great songs.
But the one that we love is I Love You 1,000 Times.
Right.
So what we're going to do is start the show off with that for all the lovers out there as we head to Valentine's Day this coming Saturday. Here's Sonny Turner and the Platters.
Love you, baby, 1,000 times. Remember love notes the teacher found in school. The whole class laughing, gee, I felt just like a fool. Here comes a very funny, funny line. I had to write 1,000 times that I love you, love you. Love you, I love you. I love you, I love you. Love you, I love you. Love you, love you. 1,000 times. Baby, I love Girl, I love you, I love you. Girl, I love you, I love you. All the time.
I love you 1,000 times. The Platters.
Yes.
Sonny Turner. What a voice that guy's got, huh?
Still got a great voice.
He's
yeah,
great.
tremendous, almost like an operatic quality, if you will.
Yeah. And how many guys? I mean, there are different leads of different groups.
Yes.
You see, like they had. Now the Platters didn't have a lot, right? Sonny Turner comes in with, of course, the original lead singer,
Tony Williams.
Tony Williams.
After that, the group kind of went downhill from there. You know,
Yeah,
they started
yeah.
to splinter off. Many different Platters groups formed and everything.
Not like the Drifters. Drifters had like 17
Lead singing.
different lead singers.
Yeah. Now,
And
speaking
Johnny
of,
Moore, and what's funny is that Johnny Moore starts at the beginning and winds up at the end
come
of the whole
back,
thing.
isn't
He
that
comes back
something?
again. Yeah.
and continued the group in England for many years after the
With great songs.
Yeah,
Sand in My Shoes and
right. Your Mother Number, My Little Red Book.
Yeah.
Kissing in the Back Row of the movie.
I love that
great.
song.
Yeah.
Kiss in the Back. Yeah.
Now, Mickey, very interesting. One of the people in that video, the gentleman all the way on the right side, was a singer from another group who was in the Platters at the time, which is Nate Nelson from the Flamingos.
Yeah, and he was an original. Nate
Flamingo,
Nelson,
yeah, and then he joined the Platters later on.
Just amazing. There were a lot of different guys that switched around. You know, when you talk about switching around, the Dells had a couple of guys like Johnny Funches.
Yes, and Johnny Carter.
And Johnny Carter that switched around too.
Imagine that guy went from one youth group to another youth group. He went from the Flamingos to
Yep,
the Dells. Isn't
to
that
the
something?
Dells. That was something. It's just interesting.
It
Well,
is.
of course, as we talk about all of these great sounds, what would you think about a guy like Jay Segal and the Talkers,
Yes.
right? They come out with songs with The Lion Sleeps Tonight, but they also came out with something, Tonight I Fell in Love,
Exactly.
which is one of the songs that we're not playing here tonight.
Right, but we're going to play another one of their great songs called Portrait of My Love, which was originally done by who?
Steve Lawrence.
Right.
Steve Lawrence did that song, There Can Never Be.
He did it about 1962.
Yeah.
The Talkers did it about 1965, 1966. I like both versions, to tell you the truth.
And I'll tell you, Jay Segal's voice never changed.
No, he still sounds tremendous.
Never changed. He changes his clothes, but never changes his
That's
voice.
right.
Right? Anyway, so let's listen to this right now. We're going to take it back to the year of, what was it again?
The song came out in 1966,
Yep.
and this is live on stage nowadays.
Okay, and here they are, the Tokens.
Thank you.
what's amazing about that song, Paulie?
What's that?
They're singing about a portrait of my love, but as Darrell and the Oxfords, they did one picture of my wife.
Right, yeah.
So it is a
That
double
was
picture.
Way before.
Yeah. Now, here's another thing. The Tokens, I believe, were 4 Jewish guys.
Right.
Okay? And they sang that song, and so was Steve Lawrence, and he was Jewish.
Right.
So does that mean that Jewish, only no Italian guys can sing these
Guess
songs?
not.
I don't know. They probably do it anyway, but it's an interesting fact, you know.
It is.
One of the things I want to talk about is love, you know, of giving, of caring. Love is caring.
That's what it's all
It's giving
about.
yourself. I don't think you can have love without caring.
You can't.
So the key fact that I always talk about is make sure you care for people. You know?
Right.
You care for people, they care for you. The love.
Right. You got
love
to
is
take care
there.
of the elders, especially, you know.
That's what it's about, you know. But you got to watch those chocolate hearts when you bring
do.
them on there, Paul, because we're all getting fat.
But I
from
bring you a
these
lot of love, though, those
yeah,
chocolate hearts.
we're getting fat from these candies that you give us all the time. Anyway, I'll tell you what we should do. Let's take a little break. We'll take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about the #1 girls group of all time,
Yes.
rock and roll, and they had many, many love songs.
They sure did. When we come back, we're going to talk about all those songs. Right,
Yes,
Mickey?
the Supremes come up next, right here on Madhouse TV with Mickey B, the Prince of Rock and Roll, Paul Aranti, the historian of Frankie D down there in Florida. We'll be right back after this.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
Shannon Gates is the #1 fence provider on Long Island, with the most inventory in stock, including vinyl, chain link, and aluminum. Offers a custom powder-coated system that prevents rust throughout the life of the fence. We carry fence tools to the trade. We even stock wood, rail, and glass hardware as well. Shannon Gates has our very own patented locking system. The next time you need fencing of any sort, both commercial and private, give Shannon Gates a call at 631-392-4330. You can also visit our website at shannongatesinc.com.
I love how you love me whenever your eyes close. You know that song, right?
The Paris Sisters,
The Paris
yeah.
Sisters. That's a great love song.
It is. Beautiful song, yeah.
Paris Sisters. How many love songs can you mention, Paul? We're going to talk about these. I mean, let's see. Tom Jones had to do something with love, didn't he? I saw the night on the... Nope, there was no love in that.
Yes, he did a song.
Which one?
That was actually originally Clyde McFadden's song, Without Love There Is Nothing.
There you go. Without love, I have nothing. See, I knew you'd come up with that thing.
Yep.
I knew it. I knew you wouldn't miss on a song. We were talking before about the
Supreme.
Supremes, the #1 girl group of all time.
time.
Paulie, how many, I mean, if you just randomly pick it, how many songs did they do with love in it?
Okay. Love Is Here and Now You're Gone.
Right?
Baby Love.
Right.
Where Did Our Love Go?
Right.
Love is Like an Itch in My Heart.
Yeah.
Stone Love. You Can't Hurry Love. Stop in the Name of Love. In
Unbelievable.
and Out of Love.
Unbelievable. Who wrote all those songs? Doja and Holland?
Holland, Doja Holland, yeah.
All with love in its mind,
Yes.
probably. So nobody even called them the love group, you know?
No, you know what? Most of the songs that Holland Doja wrote was based on relationships they had in real life.
Mm-hmm. But I got a feeling that the Supremes probably had the most songs with love in there.
So do I. I think so too.
You know?
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, Bobby Rydell also had some. We'll talk about him a little bit later
Yes.
on. But tell me a little bit about this song that was on the Dusty Springfield TV show.
Right. Of course, this is one of the Supremes' most famous songs, naturally, Stop in the Name of Love. And in 1965, some Motown artists toured the UK. It was the Supremes, the Miracles, the Temptations, and Stevie Wonder. And she was a big fan of Motown. That's what influenced her to start singing, you know. And she did a special called Dusty Springfield Presents the Sound of Motown. And this clip of Stop in the Name of Love is from that show.
Yeah, I love this. You got to watch them right now. Supremes. The original Supreme members were?
Diana Ross,
Right.
Mary Wilson, and Florence Ballard.
And Florence Ballard. Then later on they changed, and the other girl came in
Cindy
and replaced
Birdsong.
Cindy Birdsong.
And then Jean Terrell replaced Diana
Yes.
Ross in 1960.
And one of the girls that came from the Supremes was also in a group that came out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Patti LaBelle and the
Patti
Bluebells,
LaBelle,
which was
Bluebells.
Cindy.
That was Cindy Birdsong. And then Sarah Dash was in there, and
Right.
they had probably had some love songs too. Probably we have
Down the Aisle of Love.
There you go. We walk, and how about the Quintones?
Same almost
We
as
walk down the aisle.
Right.
Oh, great songs. But here's what we're going to do right now. You all set for the Motown
Yes.
sound? Mid-60s. Song goes all the way to number one. Here's Diana Ross and the Supremes.
In the name of love, before you break my heart, won't you stop? Baby, baby, I'm aware of where you go. Each time you leave the door, I watch you walk down the street, knowing you're all love with me. This time before you run to her, leaving me alone and hurt. After I've been good to you, after I've been sweet to you, stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Think it over, baby, baby, think it over. I've known of you're secluded nights. I've even seen him maybe once or twice. But every day, every passion, with the more than my love and affection. This time before you leave my arms and rush off to her charms, haven't I been good to you? Haven't I been sweet to you? Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Think it over, baby, think it over. I tried so hard to be patient, hoping you would stop this infatuation. But each day, every day, I'm so afraid of losing you forever. Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Stop.
Right there, of course, the Supremes and Stop in the Name of Love. You know, Paulie, there's a lot of groups that, like Dion and Belmonts.
Yes.
And then Dion went on his own.
Right.
Then you had Diana Ross with the Supremes. And then she went on her own.
Right.
But at one time, they were called the Supremes.
Right.
Then they were called Diana Ross and the Supremes.
When
Diana went on her own.
Florence Ballard left and Cindy Birdsong came, that's when they changed the name. You know, Mickey, even though Diana was the lead singer and Florence and Mary the background singers, you see, there are some parts of the song where three of them sing together. They had such nice three-part harmony together. The three
They were
of them.
just great. Called the Primettes when they originally got
Originally,
started
yes.
in Detroit.
And they were beautiful with the gowns and the wigs and the jewelry,
Yeah.
all the glamour they had.
They really did a fantastic job, Motown.
They really, really
in
did.
grooming the
Artists,
Primettes into
yes.
the Supremes and becoming superstars.
Because they really
and they
were.
really did that. Motown really did that with all of their artists.
They really did.
They did it with the Temptations as the Primes,
Right.
and then
of
it went on
course.
to the Four Tops. They did it with the Temptations.
And Martha
right.
Reeves and the Vandellas were the Delphis, and they became the
Yeah.
Vandellas.
Stevie Wonder,
Right.
right?
And you know, just one thing I want to say about that, Mickey, they were groomed to be more than just rock and roll artists. They played all major theaters and nightclubs and supper clubs all over the world.
Yep.
They played London, talk of the town in London. You know, they played the Olympia Theater in Paris. They played major venues all over the world.
Every one of these artists that came out of Motown. And what about Michael Jackson and his brothers?
Of course.
ABC's of Love. Didn't they do a love song in there? ABC? No, that was in there. No, that wasn't in there, no.
Stop the Love You Save was one they did.
Stop the Love You Save,
That's one of my favorite songs by
See
them.
that?
Yeah, exactly.
They were in there too, the Jacksons. So here you come up with the Jacksons into the, actually the Jackson 5.
Right.
Into the Jacksons, into Michael Jackson. And everybody was a hit. Motown produced all major league people.
They really
Smokey Robinson and the Miracles and Smokey Robinson today.
Of course, and all the naturally all the hits they had, and I mean, of course, all the Motown groups played the Copacabana.
All of them, right? And we're doing something that's going to come up on April the 12th as a salute to the Copacabana.
Yes.
Where we do have a Supremes Tribute Act
and a Temptations Tribute Act.
Yes, and a Temptations
along
Tribute
with
some other great artists such as Bobby Darin. We're doing Jackie Wilson, Sam Cooke, and the Righteous Brothers besides. That's going to be on April the 12th. On April the 10th, we got a great show. You know, it was just rescheduled from last week because of all that snow and inclement weather. So we now produced a show, which is going to happen on April the 10th. It's Friday night at the Patchogue Theater, and we'll bring in the 60th anniversary celebration of Carl Gardner's Coasters. So they're going to be there. And with them is the Brooklyn Reunion, which is always great. Amy Stucchio and the Classics, Joe Favale, and the Emotions. We also have John Cluse and the Excellence, Coney Island Baby. Joining them will be the John Mells.
Coming from Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia. Vito and the Salutations come back again. Unchained Melody and Gloria. And the Fireflies, Were You Mine at the time, right?
And I Can't Say Goodbye Anymore.
Right. Somewhere in Time is going to be there. And the Encounters.
Great show.
That's another great show. If you need some tickets, call 516-822-9612. That's 516-822-9612 and get some tickets to that show. It's a fabulous show. We'll be raising some money for Chrissy's Wish and helping with behavioral problems and suicide prevention. So come on down and help us out. And but we talk about great groups. I love the Marcells.
Yes.
And the Marcells are going to be with us again probably in September, you know. But they had so many hit records. But one of the ones I love, Paulie, is a flip side.
Yes.
Sometimes the flip sides are just as good as hits.
That's for sure.
Tell us about this next record.
Now, this is a song, Mickey, that actually was done by another group originally. If you recall, it was done by a girl group. It was actually a flip side of one of their songs.
Chantels, right?
The Chantels, right.
Yep.
And, of course, the song we're talking about is Goodbye to Love. Now, Mickey, this clip here is absolutely fantastic because this is from, I'm going to say 1995, 1996. This is all 5 of the original Marcells, which was Cornelius Harp, the lead singer.
Right.
It was Ron Bingo Monday, the Canals, Gene Bricker, and the bass Fred Johnson.
Yeah, what a great group.
Yeah.
And even when they changed the groups and they added 2 different guys took out 2, they were just as
still
great.
great. Oh, yeah.
They were still great. So here's what we're going to do. This is the flip side of Heartaches, right?
No, the flip side of Blue Moon.
Oh, flip side of Blue Moon.
In fact, Mickey, it's so funny you mentioned that. The flip side of Heartaches is another song that has the title Love in it, which is My Love for You.
My love for you is a burning love.
Right.
I love that. You know who did that good, too? Little Isadore and the Quizzes.
Yes, they did.
Did a great job on that. Well, anyway, let's do it right now. Let's flip over Blue Moon and listen to the Marcells sing this one. It's Goodbye to Love.
In 1961, we had a great opportunity to do a great song. On the opposite side, the B side, was a song entitled Goodbye to Love. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye to love. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye to love.
Goodbye to love. Goodbye to kissing. Love is a school that touches through to love and true. Goodbye to love. Something is missing. Each time you're near, you make it clear that way up through. You're going on a goodbye to love. I feel like crying. Someday there'll be someone for me. I know it's true, but I love only you. Goodbye to love. Goodbye to kissing. Love is a school that practice you weren't true. Goodbye to love. Goodbye to love. Something is missing. Each time you're near, you make me feel that way through. You're cold on the telephone. Your enemy's wild. The leaves that were once mine, no longer in mine. Goodbye to love. I feel like crying. Someday there'll be someone for me, somewhere that's true. But I love only you. But I love only you. Goodbye to love. Goodbye to
Cornelius Harkness.
Goodbye to love. What a great sound.
Isn't that great?
The original
Mickey,
members.
Yes.
On stage.
Reunited, yep.
And what year was that?
That was done about 1995, 1996.
And they sounded just as good as the record.
They
you know?
sure did.
It was fantastic, right? I love these sounds. Tonight we're featuring all the great love songs. Love songs because Valentine's is on its way. Saturday night. Make sure you get that special sweetheart of yours. Something beautiful. You know, maybe it's candy, maybe it's a little lingerie, maybe it's a ring, you know, like a big ring, you know. With this ring, I promise I'll always love you. Always But anyway, we feature all these great love songs tonight. When we come back, we got another great group that's coming up, and it's another great song that has love in the title. So hang around. Don't go away. You're on Mickey B's Jukebox Review right here on Madhousetv.com. We'll be right back.
Stretching under sedation or manipulation under anesthesia is a very gentle, very precise procedure to very slowly release any scar tissue that is formed as a result of a traumatic injury. Many people ask, how does this work? Will I get hurt? Will you stretch me too far? We only stretch the body part to its normal range of motion. After completing the post-MUA rehabilitation program, it's very common that our patients say to us, hey, I can play ball with my kid again. Hey, I can bowl again. Hey, I can enjoy hiking again. This is what makes it rewarding to us as practitioners.
Time to make the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts are always fresh. I made the donuts. We make them at least twice every day. Time to make the donuts. Not a few kinds, like supermarket. Made the donuts. Time to make the donuts. But up to 52 varieties. The donuts. Time to make the donuts. I made the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts, up to 52 varieties, fresh day and night. No supermarket can say.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Do dogs chase cats?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
We are back right here on the Mickey B Jukebox Review, another Tuesday night, every week from 8 to 9. We relive these great memories of music history, and we have some entertainers that come on, as well as some clips, some of your favorite stories. And Paulie, tonight, it's love music.
It's all about love.
The love songs. Now, here's something interesting. This song does not have love in its title.
But it talks about marriage.
Yes, and it talks about the woman who sings it who does have love in its title. Her name is Darlene Love.
Right.
Tell us, how did Darlene get a name from Wright?
Right. Her original last name was Wright, but Phil Spector said Darlene Wright doesn't sound commercial. We got to change it.
Mm-hmm.
So Phil Spector said, "How about Darlene Love?" And she said, "You know what? I love it. It sounds great."
And that's the way it came about, right?
Yep.
Darlene Love happened to be at the Patchogue Theater when we did the show with her, and since that time she went into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And she deserves it every year on the Letterman Show, singing all those Christmas favorites.
She's very, very busy. She's performing all over the country. She's a very, very busy lady.
Yeah.
And of course, she was in that movie, 20 Feet from Stardom, 2 years ago, about background singers.
And do you know All Alone at Christmas? She introduced that on my radio show.
Really?
She was talking to me on a radio show when the movie came out, and she said, Mickey, this is with Stephen Van Zandt and all these great entertainers. You're playing it right here on the radio first. So we had a great interview with Darlene, and she's a lovely woman.
She is.
Her husband Alton. They're
All
great,
the nice
all
people,
the great
yes.
people, yeah, really nice. Make sure if Darlene's around, you catch her because she's one of the superstars of all time
In
history.
fact, she's doing a show, if I may mention it, April the 11th, at the Proctor Theater in Schenectady, New York.
Oh, up in Schenectady,
Along
right.
with the Letterman, the Marcells, the Duprees, and the Tokens.
That's a great show.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Great show. Well, what we're going to do right now is let's feature her today, right?
Yes.
I love the sound.
Me too.
It's the Phil Spector
That's
sound.
right.
Okay? And it's a song called Today I Met the Boy I'm Going to Marry. Here's Darlene Love.
Because if I don't, y'all will kill me.
Yeah, of course.
You know, you love them just like I do, and that's what, who would have thought, almost 50 years, well, it has been 50 years ago that I sung these songs, and you guys still love them, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And this was one of the first songs Phil Spector recorded me under the name, finally, Darlene Love, and not the Crystals, not Bobby Sox and the Blue Jeans, not the Ronettes, not nobody. Darlene Love. And he gave me the name, so, you know, finally, we sang this song. Today I met the boy I'm gonna marry. He's just what I've been waiting for. Oh yes, he smiled at me and gee, the music started playing. Here comes the bride when he walked through the door. Today I met the boy I'm gonna marry. The boy whose life and dreams and love I wanna share. Hold my hand, a band of gold, a beautiful, the band of gold I always knew I'd wear. When we kissed, I felt a sweet sensation. This time it wasn't just my imagination. Today I met the boy I'm gonna marry. The boy whose life and dreams and love I wanna share. With every kiss, oh, this is it. My heart keeps saying, today I met the boy I'm gonna marry.
Entertainment Radio come up. Boy, it's an amazing thing, right? Maybe
Yes.
on Entertainment Radio with some good doo-wop music that's going to be coming up. In the future, we'll let everybody know about it. You know, you
Yes.
can go in your car and turn it on and hear some of those great love
And
songs
on your
of rock and roll
phone,
history.
too, you can listen
And on
to
your
it.
phone, you got everything on. You can hear love songs. You can hear the coasters doing "Take out the papers and the trash."
Right.
Oh, you don't get no spending cash. You remember those songs, right?
Of course.
These guys are going to be with us. And how about Yakety Yak? Don't talk back. Yeah, I love those songs.
But back
What
to
about the
Darling
classics?
Love.
Back to Darling. Now, Darling, exceptional. Get started as the Blossoms.
Right.
California, comes out of a gospel background.
Right.
And she had, who else was in there with her? Vanita James.
Right. And Gloria Jones.
And Gloria Jones,
Annette,
yeah.
and Annette Williams, the twins. That was the original
They were great.
Blossoms.
They were absolutely fabulous.
And then she was the Crystals, Barbara Sox, and the Blue Jeans, Darling Love.
Backed up everybody in the West Coast, all the Phil Spector sounds.
Oh, forget about it. Tremendous artist.
And all the Righteous Brothers hits. I mean, you name it, everybody. Crystals. Who else
Right.
did she do? Mel Torme, no, not Mel Torme, because that was the ones of cookies were
Right.
on those on the East
She
Coast.
backed
Yeah.
up Tina Turner on a couple of records, too.
Yes.
And Cher.
And Cher. And was on the Monster Mash.
Right.
I always loved
Yeah,
that.
me
Talk
too.
about the Monster Mash. They're the background singers.
Yep.
It had to be such great fun to be in a studio
Right.
as recording all of those different songs for
things,
different
right.
artists. It was just amazing, right? So we continue along our way.
Yes.
One of the greatest groups of love songs
Ever.
and doesn't even have love a lot of times in the title, was a group called The Dubs.
Out of New York City, Harlem.
Yes.
But actually, Mickey, interestingly enough, they had 4 songs with the word love in the title. They had Is There a Love for Me?
Yet,
They had Be Sure My Love.
Beside My Love.
Beside My Love.
Mm-hmm.
And one more, which I can't think of
There's
right
another
now.
one. Is There a Love for Me?
I said that one.
Oh, you said that one.
Oh,
Okay.
Your Very First Love.
Your Very
Was it-
First Love.
right.
Your Very First Love. Boy, they're great. Have Richard Bland in the Dubs
Oh,
and Cleveland
yeah.
Still in the Dubs.
But their
Continue.
their 3 big hits, Chapel of Dreams, Daughter Seems to Be Lonely, Could This Be Magic, talked about love.
Yes, but no love really in the title.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about this
We
one.
are going to see a tremendous clip. I picked out of those 4 songs. We're going to watch Beside My Love done a cappella by Cleveland Stills Does featuring Leslie Anderson on the lead. Does a great job.
Okay, so let's watch it right now. Is There a Love for Me? No, this
Beside
is Beside
My Love.
Okay, here's the Dubs.
In 1959, we're going to take you back to that year when Cleveland Still went into the studios of Gone Records and recorded this one. He didn't do it a cappella, though. The Dubs did it with a band, but right now we're going to give you a sample of how we sounded before we went into the studio with a band.
Beside my love, that's where I'll always stand. Beside my love, just holding her hand. Beside my love, that's where I'll always be. For there's no other love for me beside my love. And when tomorrow comes, I know we'll all be glad. For this is the first love. First love. Oh, that we have ever had. Beside my love, that's where I'll always be. For there's no other love for me beside my love. And when tomorrow comes, I There's no other love for me. Besides,
this might take a little while, but while you're waiting, how about a nice round of applause for our lead singer, Mr. Leslie Anderson, all the way from Springfield, Massachusetts. Go on, baby. Turn it out.
my love, my
The Dubs, the mighty Dubs. Beautiful. Mr. Stills.
A standing ovation.
Yes.
One of the greatest groups of rock
Wasn't
and roll
that, didn't they sound, wasn't that a great clip?
Did you hit a high note by Spider up
there? Yeah. BJ on the bass.
Oh, man, standing ovation. I love that. It's
Me
just,
too.
That's history. You know, no matter when it came out, whether it be in 56, 57, now all of a sudden 2015.
15, it's still,
just outrageous.
popular. It's unbelievable.
Outrageous. Now, here's a group that came from Manhattan.
Right.
A lot of groups came from all over New York, right?
Right.
What are some other groups that came out of Manhattan?
Manhattan, yeah, the Willows.
Yep. Church Bells Been Ring. Let's
Right.
hear the songs.
Harp Tones.
Harp Tones.
Sunday
they had
Kinda
Sunday
Love.
Kind of Love. There's one right there.
Life is But a Dream.
Yep.
Shrine of St. Cecilia.
Earl Lewis in the
Earl
Channels.
Lewis in the Shadows.
Right, he did a love song too.
My Love for You'll Never Die.
Yes, yes.
Johnny Maestro and the Crest from
Yep.
Lower Manhattan.
Yep.
Bobby J's group, the Latins, are from Manhattan.
Right.
The Solitaires.
A lot of groups.
Walking Along
Solitaires, they
with
were here with
Angels
us on
Singing.
the stage.
Yep.
Not too long ago, you know.
Right.
And you know, we talk about all these great groups, Paulie. Here's what I want to do. We'll take a little break, okay? We'll take a little break. When we come back, we've got a great group that got started with a little
Something-
acapella. Today he produces shows. He sang with the Flamingos.
Right.
Mr. Joe Marioni, and we'll show a clip of Younger Days.
Yes.
So hang in. Don't go away. We'll be right back as we feature the great songs of love, because Valentine's is just around the corner. Don't forget your sweetheart, or your sweetheart will forget you. We'll be right back.
Guys, ready for the show? Yeah. Enjoy.
Let our creativity work for you. We design business cards, brochures, annual reports, newsletters and magazines, menus and programs, flyers and mailers, signs and posters, and more. We also do voiceovers. First impressions matter. Make yours count with an expressive voice artist. Distinctive, warm, soothing, natural delivery that can add believability and appeal to any audio project. Contact us to discuss how we can make your project a success. Sierra Graphics. That's info@sierragraphics.com.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is me, GMC, in the place to be, the greatest MC in history. There will never be an MC greater than me. And right about now, the only place for you to be is with the one and only Mad
We are back right here on Madhouse TV, another Tuesday night of Mickey B's Jukebox Review. And Paulie would talk about love songs.
Yes.
Love songs. So many great love songs. There were up-tempo love songs.
Yes, there sure was.
There were slow love songs.
Right.
There were love songs to dance to.
Right.
And love songs to romance to.
That's right.
And everybody got involved in love songs. And here's a group that never had a big hit record.
No.
Just like a lot of other groups. Tell me a little bit about Younger Days.
But they were very, very popular, though, in their time in the 90s. They were a group of people who were in their 20s at the time. They were young kids who loved oldies.
Yeah.
And the brains behind the group was our good friend Joe Marioni. He's the one who decided to put this group together. His cousin Tommy Siganoff was in the group. A guy named Gordon Pekusic and the bass Mike Espirito, but the lead singer was the beautiful and talented Edie Fuentes. She was so cute and so pretty. Such a great, powerful voice, too.
And they sound great. And you want to know something? They emulated Lola and the Saints.
Yes.
They loved Lola's voice. They loved the Saints sound. And so what they did, who did the song Beginning to Love You originally?
Lola and the Saints.
Wasn't there somebody before them?
No, the time they wrote that song.
That was the original song,
original
right?
song, yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking of Younger Days. That's what it was, in Younger Days.
That was a song by the Monarchs, actually,
right.
yeah.
So anyway, that's the song they're doing. And they're doing it on stage where UGHA?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they do it so well.
Oh, it's great.
Are you all set?
Yes, I'm
Are you
all
ready?
set.
Here we go. Beginning to Love You. And here are Younger Days.
With you. Ooh, tell me, do you love me? Is it yes or is it no? Now it's too late and I really need to know. Tell me, do you love me? Is it yes or is it no? I think I'm falling.
Thank you very much.
Younger Days, what a great sound, Paulie.
Yeah.
Man, they are superb.
They really
They were
really are,
outrageous.
yep.
They had a great album out, too, and Joey
Yes.
produced, and he does a great job in all of his shows that he does as well. He's got
Yes.
shows going all over the
All
country
over the country do very
Yeah.
well, yep.
So that was Younger Days. There were a lot of great groups that got started, and, on this circuit of what we call secondary acts.
Right.
And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have this music all over
It's
because
true.
they've been out there a long
Do you
time.
remember a group that started that trend was back in the late 70s, a group by the name of 14 Karat Soul.
Oh, man, Glennie T.
Yes.
And Glennie T was on our show. He did a couple of jingles for me, but
Yeah.
they were so big in Japan.
Huge
Very
Japan,
big,
yeah.
I think they had just split up now recently.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Almost all the guys passed away from the original group.
Did they really?
Only one guy is still alive.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a shame. They were so good. Man, were they good. And there were so many groups. I mean,
Yes.
you had all these a cappella groups out of Jersey and New York, and the Encounters.
Oh, one of the
They're a
best.
great group. They'll be on a show with us coming up
April 10th.
right here, April the 10th. Let's talk about that for a second. April the 10th at Patchogue Theater with Mickey B is my Golden Oldie Spectacular, starring the 60th anniversary of Carl Gardner's Coasters.
Imagine they've been around for 60 years, the
That's
Coasters.
a long time, and they are great. The Brooklyn Reunion comes by with Amy Stuckey and the Classics, Joe Favale and the Emotions, John Cruz and the Excellence. The Jarmels are coming up from
Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia. Vito and Salutation with Gloria and Unchained Melody. You have the Fireflies with You in Mind at the time, and The Feeling Was Sublime. Somewhere in Time, great local group, and of course the a cappella sounds of the Encounters. Get tickets, 516-822-9612, 516-822-9612. But you know, there's a group out there that's going to be with us on April the 12th called Michael D'Amore and Angel Rissoff.
Right, doing a tribute to
that
the
do a
Righteous
fabulous
Brothers.
Righteous Brothers song. And of course, the Righteous Brothers had You Lost, that lovin' feeling. Tell us a little bit about the Righteous Brothers.
The Righteous Brothers were Billy Medley and Bobby Hatfield.
Mm-hmm.
They came from California. They made a couple of small local records, but then Phil Spector picked them up and produced a monster hit.
Yep.
You Lost Love and Feeling. They also had a great version of Unchained Melody, and they also had another hit with a great version of Ebb Tide.
And
which they
You're
did-
My Soul and Inspiration.
Right.
They did song after song. Got started back there with a little Latin loop-de-loop.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and they had a lot of great hits. So let's do this now. You've Lost That Love and Feeling, produced by Phil Spector. Of course, Darlene Love in the background,
yep.
with the Blossoms. And here's the Righteous Brothers. love that song.
Yeah, isn't that great?
You've lost that loving feeling.
The only thing is, I wonder where that clip is from.
Hall & Oates did that also later on.
They did a great version.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of songs people do over again. You know, one of the guys that sang with Paul Simon, he had Julio down by the schoolyard. There's a new version out now.
Really?
It's in like a Latin feel. I heard it the other day. I said, wow, that sounds great. It's amazing how they take the songs and change them.
And do
One
things
another
with
hit
them,
again. Yeah. Paulie, today was a great show.
It was a great
All
show.
about the love songs. The love songs.
So many of them.
Yeah.
Look at how many love songs we mentioned during the show.
Yes. And of course, later on, we'll have more love songs to talk about. Maybe we'll have a volume number 2 of love songs at a different time than Valentine's Day.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
that's a good idea.
But anyway, some of the songs we had tonight, I Love You 1,000 Times, and The Token's Portrait of My Love, and Darling Love, and The Dubs, and Younger Days, and Righteous Brothers. The only one we hadn't used is Why Do Fools Fall in Love.
Right.
That was a great song to
It
use,
was.
right?
You know, Mickey, another thing, like we were talking about, in the future, we could do theme shows on just one particular artist. So much stuff, like I said, the Spinners. There's so many great clips on them on YouTube, too. Same thing with Bobby Rydell.
Bobby has so many great
We
songs.
were talking about that before. Do you realize he had like over 20 top 40 records?
Amazing, right? Bobby Rydell. And just
He just
amazing, amazing.
you know what it was? He just found a niche, and they found the right material, and they kept releasing it
Yeah.
and kept hitting.
Well, Paulie, time goes by when you're having fun.
All the time.
Want to send my regards down to Frankie D down in Florida. He's probably
Yes.
doing one of those car shows down there, you know?
Yep.
And, of course, from Mickey B.
Paul Arante.
Until the next time, there's only one thing I can say.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night. Well, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Baby, I just can't get right. Well, I hate to leave you, baby. I don't mean maybe, because I love you so. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night. Your mother, oh, and your father won't like it if I stay here too long. One kiss in the dark, and I'll